As you are coming out of school, have a minimum 3 to 5 years plan when it comes to finances. If you don't, you will settle for anything. And in finances, one major question you should ask yourself is, when will I make my first 5,000 Ghana Cedis? This is a question you must ask and you must answer. If you don't ask this question, you won't know the kind of financial tools you need to master to make money, because all you think is somebody employing you. But many of us will not have that luxury in modern day Ghana. If it is money you want to make, then your certificate necessarily is not what may bring the money. Money making is not how much energy you are expending. It is knowledge, because it is knowledge that is driving this world. So you must now begin to find out, what other tools can I have that will help me to make this money. Now, when it comes to finances, there are blocks of knowledge. As you are coming out of school, have a minimum 3 to 5 years plan when it comes to finances. Minimum 3 to 5 years plan concerning your finances. If you don't, like what I just said, you will settle for anything. You will settle for anything. And in finances, one major question you should ask yourself is, when will I make my first 5,000 Ghana Cedis? And this is for, I'm only saying it for those who are, they say a room for, who are starting scratch, they don't have anybody to help you. When will I make my first 5,000 Ghana Cedis after school? This is a question you must ask and you must answer. Aside paid employment, when will I be able to make my first 5,000 Ghana Cedis? So if you are somebody who have seen 5,000, increase it to 10,000. When will I make my first 10,000 Ghana Cedis? You need to ask this question so that you know the kind of financial tools you need in making money. Let me help you to understand something, right? When we are going to Accra, right, you know somebody can use motor, another person can use car, VIP or whatever. But you know another person can also use aeroplane. But we are all going to where? Good. If you don't ask this question, you won't know the kind of financial tools you need to master to make money. Because all you think is somebody employing you. Somebody employing you is good, but many of us will not have that luxury in modern day Ghana. So you must now begin to find out, what other tools can I have that will help me to make this money? Now, when it comes to finances, there are 3 blocks of knowledge. The first block of knowledge is what I call the psychology and the philosophy of money. So this, when I come to your library and I look at your financial session, the first category of books I want to find out are what financial books deals with money behaviors and money ideas. The psychology of money has to do with the behaviors and the attitude that will make you make money. The philosophy is a certain way of thinking, ideas that make money. And the most popular one that handled this is, for example, if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Rich Dad Poor Dad deals with the philosophy and psychology. Okay, that's the most popular one. But there's another one called The Science of Getting Rich. It is written by Wallace, something Wallace. But all I'm saying is that when I come to your, you see, let me say something. Money making is not how much your muscles can exert sweat. Money making is not how much energy you are expending. It is knowledge. Ask me why. Because the God that created this world is called Word. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was. And without the Word was not anything that was. So you don't begin to make money by muscle power, Because it is knowledge that is driving this world. Please, it is not today that knowledge started driving this world. Even in the first industrial revolution, when people had machines and all this, knowledge was driving the world. Because if you had knowledge to buy machines and own lands, you will be rich. So knowledge has always been driving this world. It's only nowadays that is so obvious. So if you are going to make money, please, after school, make time to read books on the philosophy of money, the psychology of money, understand it. And if you want a biblical perspective, I'm a master on that one. A lot of my financial messages are around these areas. What the Bible says about money and money ideas. For example, one of the most common things in Ghana here, if you are going to make money, you must disabuse it from your mind is, in tree, we are in for to oboase and pray. Oh, kohin. I get what I'm saying here. You see, that advice, it sounds very nice, but it's paralyzing. Because, let me tell you something, by being born in Africa, your life is delayed 10 to 20 years. Born in Africa, whether you're a rich man or a poor man, 20 years, your life is delayed. Then you are born by a poor parent, and they are telling you, keep quiet, take your time. By being in Africa alone, I'm delayed. I don't know what I'm saying is making sense to you. Are you sure? So this is why that thinking won't help you. So for you, here in Africa, you must be intense. If at this your age, maybe around here, maybe someone who have computers will be around 20 years, 21 years, maybe the oldest will be around 25 years, right? Graduates, right? Okay. Or we have 30 years graduates here. Or maybe there are master students here. Okay. So let's say there is 30 years. Okay. Let me say something here. Now, at this age you are in, you have another age mate who is in Europe and America, who is far advanced. I get what I'm saying here. Yeah, now you are competing with this person. Look at when AI got here. Look at when they started using the AI there. Robotics and all these things. It is only recently that Africans were now given access to PayPal and their digital markets. These people have been having, I think when I was in, is it class 4, class 5? That was when I heard of eBay. That's when I heard of eBay. They have had all these digital market. Recently we have Tonaton. That one, I don't know whether it succeeded or it did. I don't know what became of Tonaton. Are you guys what we are talking about here? So at that age period, somebody is far advanced and we are competing in the same generation. So you will have to be intense. You will have to be focused. You will have to exert a lot of energy. And for us, if imagine that this is the first time you are hearing me in your life, and all the things that I've seen have really been blessed, and open your eyes to certain things. Can you imagine? It has taken you how old for you to hear what you are hearing today? And after graduation, you will now go back home and live normal. There is something I used to do when I was your level first degree. 20% of my money was buying books. Any money that came to me, if it is 100 Ghana Cedis, 20 Ghana Cedis is going to buy books. If it is 1,000 Ghana Cedis, 200 Ghana Cedis was going to buy books. At the point in time, I increased it till 50% of my money was buying books. Why? Because I told myself, I will outread myself and outread my peers. I don't know if I get what we are talking about here. So when it comes to money making, don't feel as if you are delaying. No. When you go to, let's say when you go to those bookshops or the people that buy books, let them list. Please let me know the books on money. Whatever title they list for you, one thing will stand out of all the titles. When you hear books like The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, it's a philosophical book on money making. So you realize that when you break down the books, you'll be able to see that there are some of the money making books that talks about ideas. Some also talks about behaviors. So the behaviors is what I'm calling the psychology of money. For example, it is not rich men that buy lands, it's wise men that buy lands. You can sit there and fight me, but if you come close to me and I begin to show you how to buy a land, you'll be shocked. You, for the first time, you will now start having a vision that in 2-3 years you buy a land. But you, in your mind, what is the philosophy? I must get money to buy a land. I must get money to buy a land. So if we are going to make money after school, we must take time aside and give attention to what are the behaviors. Some of us, we don't know how to sacrifice today for tomorrow. It's a money behavior. It will make you poor, or it will delay how fast you come into riches. When it comes to savings, I always hear people saying there is not enough money to save. It's true. I've been there. Let me show you the strategy I use. And those of you in church, you've heard me say this many times. After graduation, this is what I did with my life for the first 1 to 2 years. I started living on a fasted life, and this is when if you're somebody who have learned how to fast, it comes in handy. it helps. So this was my philosophy, my psychology. When I get up in the morning, I'm fasting. When I get to where there is a food, I break, I eat, I continue the fast. So I started living on what friends will make available. And the little money that I have, I could have bought food for 10 Ghana Cedis, those and 5 Ghana Cedis, all those amounts of money. I was saving that. So you see, it is a mindset shift. It is a thinking pattern. This one is not about whether there is money or there is no money. It's a certain way of seeing life. I don't know what I'm saying is making sense. So if somebody has a certain way of seeing life, it will either help him financially or it will be a disadvantage to him financially. There was a time in my life for close to 3 to 6 months. Yeah, 3 to 6 months. All I was eating was Tom Brown. I'll soak the Tom Brown. I'll cook the Tom Brown. I'll pick some, put in my mouth like the way we do Gary. Good. Until the point in time when I talk, I could smell Tom Brown all in my head. But it's a season. That was how come I was able to buy my own bed from my national service pay. Our time, national service was 350 cedis. 350 cedis. That was what we were taking for national service. I bought my first bed, did a steady table, and I bought a chair. And that was what I was able to do for my national service. So, if you don't have certain money attitudes, you can't make money. Number 2, you will need entrepreneurial or professional knowledge on money making. Entrepreneurial or professional knowledge on money making. This is where you must know how to build a business, how to be an employee, those that will be employed. Because let me tell you something, not everybody will be an entrepreneur. No, not everybody have the skill to do it. Hey, business making is serious. No, not everybody is carved out for that. So here we are looking at how to build a business, how to be a high-paying employee. An employee, an employer doesn't want to lose. And for those in church, theology of industrialization, I always use day one to talk about some of these things. And please, this message I spoke about is on Telegram. The theology of what? Industrialization. Good. Professional skills. Here also, if there is another skill I want you to learn, is the skill of selling. Learn to sell. Learn to sell. Everybody here, you must learn to sell. Money goes when you buy. Money comes when you sell. You hear what I said? Money comes when you sell. Money goes when you bought Wachi today, the money went. When you took car, money went. Anytime you are buying, money is leaving. The only time money comes is when you are selling. It is an entrepreneurial skill you must go for. So here, any book you can get on selling, read, buy. I have about 5 or 4 messages on selling alone. The righteousness of selling. Anything you can learn about selling. So when I come to your financial library, I also want to see, do you have books on selling, marketing, advertising? Let me answer your question. Have you asked why I always don't have money? Do you know why you always don't have money? You are not selling. So far as you are not selling, you will always not have money. So if even somebody employs you, sell. Everyone is asking, what should we sell? I'll come there. What should we sell? I'll what? Come there. I'll come to things that you must sell. Then things that you can gather money with friends and begin. Sell. Then again, there is another, the third knowledge I want you to also know is the technological knowledge or technical money knowledge. The technical or technological knowledge on making money. What is it about? This is about the skill sets, the tools, the equipment you need to make money. The tools, the equipment, the talents, the skills, the tool sets you need to make money and to generate money. It is in this place some of you must go and learn how to make cake. So although you learned pharmacy, you must learn what? Cake. Because that one will sell quicker and bring you money on a daily basis, so that when this pay is coming, you can use this pay to do other things. Are you hearing me? It's because of this, some of you must learn AI tools. Some of you will have to learn it. Some of you will have to learn, how do I call it? Fred, this thing that Fred does, what is it? Forex, wonderful. You have to set yourself and learn. Are you hearing me? This will mean that some of you have to learn soap making. You have to learn how to sell toffee or make toffees. It's a skill. You have to learn it. So if you want to make money, please don't select one and leave the other. Because look at something. Somebody knows how to make shoes but doesn't know how to sell. The person knows how to make shoes and sell, but because of wrong thinking and behavior, wasting the money. So if you are going to make money and increase money, you need all these three. Why don't you learn, what do you call it, social media marketing? What about drone piloting? Recently, I wanted some for church. There is a certain documentary I wanted us to do for church. They told me that, oh, Papa, we will get some. How much was it? They said, we will get some 3,000, 5,000. How many minutes? 30 minutes. What? He's just coming to fly the drone here just 30 minutes. 3,000. And then one day they said, wait there, where's Kenny? So that's just what I said. I get what I'm trying to say here. So new areas are popping up. And now the drone is like when camera came. You can go and hide and go and use it for the job. After you get the money, go and pay the person. Learn. These are tools. Tools. So the tools you need to make money is what I'm calling the technical knowledge for making money. The skill set, the tool set. Please, do you get it? Are you sure? Okay. Now, let me give you some tips some tips on making money. Number one, be a tither. A tither. Number one, be a tither. What does tithing do? Tithe. What does it do? This is what tithes do, or it does. It creates a spiritual atmosphere around you, so you always don't lack ideas. I go right again. Tithes. It creates a spiritual cloud around you, so you always don't lack ideas. And it gives spiritual immunity. Tithes. It gives spiritual what? Immunity. Please, let me tell you. In our days, we have a lot of people talking against the church money and all those things. Remember that I was a Christian before I became a pastor. Good. And I started tithing when I was in class 4. If it is not working and has not been working, I won't be talking about it. Not only do I tithe personally, my church corporately tithes every 3 months. I taught some people in my financial mentorship club. I told them, I said, I know all of you tithe personally, but I want you to stretch yourself and tithe for your business. Ever since I said that, the 3 people have been consistent with what they are doing. I can't even tell you what they are doing. So those of us in church, that's what we call kingdom patriotic seed. It is the tithe on businesses. But for you who is beginning life, please, there's only one way God has told us to test him, and that is tithe. And after school, be consistent with it and try God with it. If somebody was asking why, like we are not starting school, why must you tell us about tithe? Let me tell you something. What is the proof that you will always have resources to take care of your wife and your children? If now you can't test God to provide for you. If as a single person you can't put God to the test that if you pay your tithe, he will provide for you. What makes you think when you are now married with kids, God can help you to take care of them? That's the only reason I will give you. The second point I'll give you is find a man of God and partner with him in the work of God he's doing financially. It may not be me, any man of God you believe. Find a man of God. Every month, send a portion of your money to him. Somebody's asking, what does that mean? When you do that, this one is different from tithes. When you do that, this is what you do. You have a stake in the kingdom of God. You see, when it comes to stocks, right? Let's say I have a business, right? I'm able to give people to have a share in the business. So that whatever profit that comes in the business, it begins to accrue to the people based on how much they have invested in the business. That is what, when you start blessing your man of God, that's what it does to you. As long as he rises in the spirit and in the work of God, you sure will receive a dividend. That's what it does. And please, as much as is possible, this second point that I'm giving you, you see, these 2 things are spiritual keys. You see, I spoke about spiritual fortifications. These are spiritual keys to keep yourself. And let me tell you something. Forget about what anybody is saying that, listen, don't give your money to pastor to eat. It's on their own cup of tea. When you find a man of God, make sure that man of God, you can find a way to meet him for him to talk to you, if you will be doing that. Why? Because for any man of God that you do that to him, every man of God carries a unique grace that follows them. When you begin to do that, the angels that are responsible for him now begins to become responsible for you in life. can't go much into details because these are spiritual principles. The third one, go for financial knowledge. These 3 blocks, go for it. Go for it. Go all out for it. Some of you must learn new skills. Develop new skills. Video editing, online marketing, social media. Develop new skills. Some of you must even develop how to sell lands. The skill of land registration. Listen, some of you get some civil engineering friends, quantity surveying friends. Come together, learn what is site plan, what is indenture, what is allocation plan, what is cadastral. Learn. Get new skills, technical skills, get new skills. Some of you will have to go and learn pottery. Some of you have to go and learn how to do fish farming. Learn. If it is money you want to make, then your certificate necessarily is not what may bring the money. If it is money we are talking about, then your certificate alone may not be what it will bring the money. Some of you, there is a skill you may learn. It may not be something physical, it's a spiritual skill, something we call like communication skills. The ability to talk people to buy into what you are saying. It's a skill you must learn. Let me tell you something happened recently. My wife and I went to a particular place to go and get something. Then when we got there, I think Aldaraf was even there. Go please sit down. We were buying something and the salesman said, my wife picked a certain material. The salesman said, it's expensive. Oh, you can't buy it. My wife got angry. She bought 2. She made me to, I was the one that paid. We paid. When we're in the car coming in, I knew what the salesperson did. It's a trick. What he did was to bruise the ego of my wife. And out of anger, she made me pay. Because there are some people who buy things for flexing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying here. These are marketing skills you have to learn. These are marketing skills. And that one, we don't use on everybody. Some people tell you can't pay. I can't pay. Then you put it down. You go and look for another one. But what I'm saying is that communication skills, it is a skill you have to learn. It's a technical skill you must develop. How to sell. So now that you are coming out of school, you must, okay, what skill can I learn? What skill? What is the market for that skill? What is the market for that skill? Which people can I help? For example, if you want to sell lands, don't just be posting on social media. Walk to offices. Lecturers want to buy land. Senior nurses want to buy lands. I get what I'm trying to say here. You are selling car. Go to a doom. They have money to spare. Somebody wants to change the car that he bought last year. Where is the market for what you are doing? And that is where you make yourself visible. So these 3 kinds of knowledge, give it attention. Some of you, in your whole community, where you stay, nobody sells, what do you call it? Sobolo. Nobody sells ice cream. Nobody sells popcorn. There is no snack. I mean, there is no snack joint. There is no snack joint there. Nobody sells meat pie. Nobody sells cake. Nobody sells kebab. And in selling, concentrate on these areas. Food and agric. Food and agric. Agric, I'm talking about crops and what? Animals. If you can come up with somewhere 10,000 to 15,000, you can begin a fish farm in your compound. And you can make about 3 times the profit of that month when you start harvesting. You can sell eggs. Under food and agric, you can begin a cold store. Check that area. There's no cold store there. All of them, they'll have to go to town or walk out to the place. Mommy, together with your fridge and the new stock, how much did you use to begin it?
Please, less than 5,000.
Less than 5,000. How much was the fridge?
2,800.
2,800. And how much all for the stock?
Please, 1,000.
So let's say 2,000. So let's say with 4,000 to 5,000, you can get a small fridge and begin a cold store. Yeah. Are you telling me that you don't have 8 people that can give you 500 Ghana Cedis? You see where now the social network comes in. You don't have 8 people you can call. Oh, Charlie, give me money. Give me money. Let me tell you something. Don't call anybody and say, I need 4,000. Can you help me with 4,000? How much do you have? I don't have any. Don't mind you. So in dealing with people, at least make sure you have some. That's how come in church I always teach you savings. Make sure you have what? Savings. At least out of the 4,000 you have 1,000. Okay, it's remaining left with 3,000. Call about people, 10 people, 20 people, 5 people. By the time you finish making the calls, at least somebody will bring. There are people who will just give it to you, and I will say, "Me, I'll take it back home." No problem. But at least you have raised the capital 4,000 Ghana Cedis. I'm sharing this because of you, because you love lands, right? I met a friend and I asked him concerning land, how to buy land. How did he begin his land business? He said, Osofo, I didn't have money. He said, when I went to see the chief and we bargained, he said, I didn't have any money on me. So what I did was I called some of my friends who were in the diaspora. He said, even with that, I was able to get a quarter of the money. Then he said, I went to give to the chief. And then I took pictures of the land. Then I started marketing. So when people buy, and I take some of the money and go and give to the chief. That was how he says I was able to sell my first 4 plots, 1 acre of land. And I use it to buy more and start to sell. If you want to go into land, this one is also another topic. Okay, let's talk about land. The second one, sell land. So land, accommodation, housing. Be an agent. We met somebody. He says he's going to help us get a land. Do you know what he said? He says, my cut is 10%. I said, what did you say? Are you God? He says that is the law. 10% is tight. Now he said, okay, so if we get the land and the land is 100,000, it means your cut is 10,000. He said, yes. I said, hey. I said, no, I can't pay that amount of money. We can't pay that. Like, let's bargain. But I'm saying, imagine, I think we even bargain up to, 4%. And calculate 4% of 100,000. How much is it? 4,000. So imagine within 1 week, he got me. He's getting 4,000 from me. Agents, accommodation, housing. And please, so far as we are giving birth, we will need housing. So some of you, all you have to do is, for you to get the registration as an agent, work under somebody, register like you have begun your own. Get registration, back it, register the business, back it, everything solid papers. Learn to sell lands. Learn to become an agent. Water, beverages, and drinks. Water, beverages, and drinks. That Apple Kaiser drinks and all those things. People drink a lot. Water. I think it's it's recently because of the weather. The demand has gone down, but people drink water. Sell water, sell ice block. Let people know that when the funeral and all those things, they want ice block. You sell ice block here. Yes.
Yeah. Pastor, my question is that, okay, so per what you are saying,
yeah,
if I get you right, meaning that even so far as like that particular skill brings you money or extra sort of money, even if it's not within the confines of your passion, you can still learn that skill.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So this one, I'm not even talking about your purpose bringing you money. I'm only talking about if it is money you want to make, this is the way to go. Please, do you get it? Are you sure? So you can be doing whatever you are doing, but this is what brings money. So you can do it, what they call a side hustle. But I don't like using that term.
Thank you for the clarification. Also, my second question is that, let's say you are doing it as a side,
side hustle. Let's use that term. Yes.
Okay, as a side hustle.
Yeah.
But you realize that one is fetching you more.
If I were you, I'll stop.
To the extent that it lets you neglect your passion.
I will forget the passion. Unless what you are calling your passion is your life assignment. I guess what I'm saying here. Unless what you are calling your passion is your life mission, that specific life what? Mission. If not that, forget about it. Concentrate on this. Let it make you money. Money people don't know the power of money. One of the greatest thing money can give you is time. And anything that can make you buy time, buy it. and money is one of them. There's a certain song one time I was outside, I heard it. It goes on like, how much is money? Bring it up, let me say, oh, you know the song. It goes like, how much is money? Oh, you don't know the song. You know it, but they won't say it too. But my brother, please, the name again. Elijah. If you are able to begin a business that grows quickly, that the inflow that is coming is really good, please, if this thing you are calling your passion, you're only doing it because if it is not your life missing, something God is holding you on to do, forget about it and concentrate on this and grow this for it to grow other businesses and begin to diversify. Yes. The freedom of time money gives you, if you have money, you have no idea. And when you start making money at a certain level, for example, when you start, this one is just by the way, I want to give it to you. When you start making money and you cross the 50,000 levels, 500 million Ghana Cedis, begin to cross that into 100,000, 1 billion. Start saving your money in lands and properties. And make sure you always have cash on you, especially in Africa here. We went to a certain village to go and buy a land. The king was talking plenty. I said, Nana, right now, we have 50,000 Ghana Cedis holding us. Do you want us to go back? I said, no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, Nana. We want 3 plots. You are now saying you only sell 1 to us. He says, oh. He talked. Shami came in. By the time we finished, we bought 4. If you have cash in Ghana here, you can buy a lot of properties. So when you start making a lot of money at a certain level, make sure you have what? Cash on you, and save the rest in lands. Am I helping somebody? Are you sure? Okay. Now, this is just by the way. Here, under this technical skill, okay, when you begin a business that is bringing you a lot of money, invest in machines. This one I won't tell you, but go and do your own research. There are companies in China. Now, the big machines industries produce for their work, they can give it to you as a fraction. From machines that we used to do snacks, those when you go to that sell shop, that thing that it cools the drink, they used to do Milo drink and coffee drink. You can buy it as a fraction in China, and the equipment are solid. So once you realize that, okay, this thing is making me more money, then look at what machines can I use to do it and invest in machines. Buy machines so that you don't have to always be there and your energy is there. You can get the machine to do it. So you can concentrate a lot on selling and advertising. Now with this digital availability, you can go into import, small scale importation. Sell jewelries, watches, mobile, what do you call it? iPhones, the charger, power banks. Okay, you can go into mini-importation. All you have to do is to ask your friends. You will find that some of your friends are into it. And that one, so what I've realized is that the more you import, the lesser the price. So one time, a certain product, we were talking about it, and they told me, this is how much it costs. It costs something like $10 outside. At that time, it was when it was the 16, the Ghana rate was around 16 or something. So let's say it's around 160,000. You know how much they were selling it here? 4,000 Ghana Cedis. So the person imported this at $10 and is selling it here as 4,000 Ghana Cedis. Now I said, no wonder when they tell us they are doing 50%, but 50% promo, they still make profit. Because if this is what is going on at that online market, and they are announcing now 50%, but no wonder they are doing what they are doing. Go into hospitality, event planning. clothing and shoes. Next one, clothing and shoes. And any, what do you call it? The makeup, anything about women, hair, nails. In fact, anything women will go. And some of you men, you must start importing pad and wigs. Because so far as there are women who are menstruating, they will use pad. No, come to think of it, let me ask you a question. Look at these young women, our aunties that have grown. Look at when they start getting money, look at what they do. They go into food, go into women things. There is another one that pays, but that one, it doesn't pay immediately. It pays over time. So if you are somebody who wants money now, you'll be frustrated. And that one is human development. The aspect of human development that pays early, that one, it must be your passion. Crèche. You see, children, parents will bring their children, you take care of them, they go to the good. They care, wonderful. Because if you are somebody who don't like children, you better tell their parents you kill them. You have killed all the children. You have killed all the children. It must be your passion. It must be your passion. You must love kids to be able to go into that. But it pays. If you are selling, sell everyday things. Egg, oil, rice, what do I call it? Phones, accessories, shoes, things we use every day, detergents, soap, liquid soap, wipes, all those things, everyday things. Now, if you want to hear me more on finances, please go on Telegram. Are you hearing me? Please go on Telegram. Currently, there is a course I'm doing a promo on my financial messages. That one goes for 500 cedis. But if you are here, you will pay 200 cedis. I can get you access into it so that you get the systematic arrangement of all the things I've taught on finances.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You work. Sir, please, your name?
I'm Richmond.
Richmond, okay. So yes. Richmond and Elijah, yeah.
I wanted to know savings and investment, which is better?
If you don't have savings, you can't invest. You need to have money there, which you can invest. So what our advice is that save, then take some of your savings and invest. Don't use all your savings to invest. Okay, that's the reason why in my talking, you can say that, Richard, right? Yeah, that's the reason why in my talking, I spoke about the fact that when you start making money beyond a certain level, save some in properties, but have cash on you. Hope you are getting. So many people say things like invest. Okay, let me help you here. Like in the course, the financial course I'm talking about, I speak about money making, money management, and money multiplication. All that I have said today is this. All I have said on finance, all the things we spoke about is this: how to get money to come. I've not touched on money management. I've not touched on money multiplication. It is in the place of money multiplication we talk about investment. So if you've not made money and you don't know how to manage money, you don't begin to multiply money by investing. Because it's only in investment money gives birth to money. So money gives birth to more money when you start to what? Invest. Yeah. I let somebody to go and buy a land. We bought the land for 22 Ghana Cedis. In less than 2 years, the land is selling minimum 50,000 Ghana Cedis. But he was only able to part with that money because he has what? Saved and has some remaining. So that money, there is no, I don't know any percentage or shares in Ghana here that in 2 years you put in 22,000. It now grows beyond 22,000 to 50,000. So you must have savings there. Then with the savings, I'll get the conversation we're having. You take some of the savings and invest. Yes, please. Which one have I helped you? So don't let all those, the people they call themselves money gurus, confuse you. Don't let them confuse you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Okay. So you finish, you talk, then we'll come here. Can we get a microphone over there?
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom,
My name
shalom.
is Louisa.
Louisa. Yeah.
My question is, how do you divide your profits, like the profit you get from selling, and how do you save some? Like you've talked about like a message on savings. You talked about dividing your savings to touchable and untouchable.
Then go and listen to the message. The message is free online.
No, my question is with the profit, like how do you divide it? Like let's say
the percentages.
Yeah, like how much to save, how much to depend on.
Okay. There is a message on Telegram. It is called the righteousness of selling. Oh, that one is not. It's not in that one is free. It's not part of the course, right? The righteousness of selling is there. Just don't let me repeat myself again. Let's clap for our sister. Yes, please. Because even in that message, I spoke about even if you are owing as a business, how to even structure the profits to be able to pay the debt. Okay, so when you listen to you get blessed, right? Yes. Please.
Shalom, please. Daddy.
Shalom.
Please, Daddy, I want to ask, in case you have started a business and the business has grown to a certain point where people are demanding it, and you want to employ some people as an employer employing employees, what are the qualities that you must find in a certain person before you employ that person?
Okay.
So, I want to know.
Depending on what you are employing the person to do, okay, there are unique qualifications that will come with it, but there are some general ethical things you must find in the person. The person must be a person of integrity, okay, and the person must be teachable. But if the person is going to be handling your finances, okay, then you need something more. If the person is going to be in charge of your advertising, then the person must have marketing skills. Okay, so depending on where you are going to be putting the person, that's how you are going to now look. Okay, I need this, or I need that, or I need that, right? But the general thing is look for somebody who is integrity, who loves the business and want the business to succeed. Not somebody who feels you are cheating him or using him. Okay, there are employees who think that Akwan will cheat on them. You don't need such people in your business. You need somebody who believes in the brand and wants to push it forward. Such a person you can build with. Right. And please, this one, if you are part of the financial club in church, I think this one will be settled. Yes. Yes, please. Yes.
Shalom, please, Daddy.
Shalom.
Daddy, please, my question is it right as a young guy trying to live life and setting up a business, is it right to start with a loan? And if it is right, what would be your advice to that person in terms of going for a loan?
If I will be the one to give you the loan, I want to ask you, what have you ever started in your life for you to succeed? If you don't have that track record, don't go for loan. There is a 90% probability your first business will fail. 90% certainty that it will fail. So you don't begin with loans if you have not started anything before. And over the years coaching young people in business, I realized something. When I taught people how to raise money, they raised money from their friends and squandered it. So they pick a good principle and use it in an evil way. So what I found is, whatever you are doing, begin it.
I spoke with someone
in
the area of real estate, and the person said he began the business with no money, and he wanted to get a land from a particular place, but he realized his friends and the money on him wasn't enough, so he decided to go for a loan and use that particular land as a collateral. And after getting the money, and
that's what I'm saying. Before you begin to toe that line, I want to find out, you as a person, what have you been able to start and finish? Because there are certain answers we give based on the person we know. There are certain people I can charge them to take a certain path, because I know they won't fail. It's just that they are doubting their abilities. But there are other people, you don't tell them to go that way. You'll be arrested. Are you getting what we are talking about here? So if I know the person in particular, but the general rule is don't begin first business on a loan. That's a general rule. But depending on who I know and the person I'm talking to, we can make exceptions.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, please, sir.
I remember last year we visited the place, and then
as in you visited the place?
Yes.
Okay.
We went to buy something, and then the person was like he was angry. Why? Because some of his employees are cheating on him. So somewhere somehow I was like, it seems it's something that is happening. So assuming right now we are talking about investing and then also saving money, and then we are in an era whereby there are some young rich men who has a lot of money in their accounts. But then what they fear is that they will establish business, they will employ, and then these people will come and then squander. And then one thing I realized that the people will start, they will be employed, and in a few months these young people want to start their own business within years. So what advice will you be giving to young men who have been employed in such places?
Oh, the advice I'll give to such young men that are employed, that one I have plenty. Number one, honor your boss for starting a business and you getting paid. You know, this generation, we are a very entitled generation, and we don't value founders and pioneers. That's the reason for what is happening. But you know, this one to have also spoken about it. Theology of the place. Kindly go on Telegram, okay? Search for Theology of Industrialization, Voice of the Teaching Priest. It's about 3 or 4 messages, as in different years, or it will be about 12 or so. In each of them, every day, I take that day aside to talk to employees. I was thinking you would tell me to talk to people that want to begin business. It is the reason why I spoke about learn to build systems. Do you remember? Good. Part of the systems you must learn to build is systems to learn to catch fraudsters working for you. And that one also now has become a business. Sell security cameras for businesses. Installation of security cameras, selling and installation. That one is also another business you can get into. Then again, there is a field of they are consultants. Where even now is even there, they call them there's a field of science we call fraud sciences. Study fraud. We study how to catch fraud, the thinking of fraudsters and everything. You can go and do masters there, come out as a consultant and train employers how to set systems in place to catch fraudsters. Yes. Let me tell you something here. Listen, if you are working for somebody and you add something to the money, how much the person is selling it, you are a fraudster. If the person has not given you the go ahead, you are stealing. If you are an employee and somebody comes to your boss place to come and sell something, then you redirect the customer to another business, because when the person goes there and mentions your name, you will get a cut. You are a thief. If within your boss's business you have started selling something that you have not gotten permission from your boss, you are stealing. These are, you see, and the reason for this is because many people don't know what it means, thou shalt not steal. They don't understand what that statement means. Let me give another way people steal. I'm a pastor. When my church members bless me with money, and I don't take some of the money to buy books and buy spiritual books and read, to get revelation to come and preach to them, and I spend the money on myself, I'm stealing from them. Any pastor who doesn't buy a book is a thief. So, you know, I personally believe that somebody can come up. I don't feel I'm calling to that field, but if someone, but the reason I only teach that is because of my church members. somebody can come up with a model of training employees for employers, and in our days it will be a demand. It is the reason why in Africa here you don't get friends working together for long. Like friends come together and building something big. Give them 10 years, they will separate and everybody will go their separate ways. It's because of this issue. Lack of integrity, lack of accountability. So, yeah, that's another thing I think people should also look into.